Easy. Easy.
The companions stood on the edge of a precipice, both literally and metaphorically. They gazed down into the battlefield below. Krozor, Pukus, and Tidor stood before them, fractured and consumed by chaos. The skies were thick with the dark magic of the Shadow Sovereign. Ciao.
The companions stood on the edge of a precipice, both literally and metaphorically, as they gazed down into the sprawling battlefield below. Krozor, Pukus, and Tidor stood before them, fractured and consumed by chaos. The skies were thick with the dark magic of the Shadow Sovereign, and somewhere in the depths of that madness, the Harbinger of Dusk was plotting their ruin. The journey here had tested their strength, but the real challenge lay ahead. The first order of business was to unite these three warrior leaders, King Verdun of Rogar, Queen Mara of Saarland, and the High Mage Tareth of Tinder, whose distrust of one another was deep-rooted. The companions knew that without their cooperation, rekindling the wards in these lands would be nearly impossible. Inside King Verdun's war camp, tensions were high. The warriors of Rogar sharpened their swords and readied their guns, but their eyes glinted with mistrust as they watched the companions. King Verdun said,
"We need your help to save the wards."
Kersey began, as they sat in the dimly lit war tent, staring across the table at the fierce ruler.
But you can't do this alone, Verdun.
The king clenched his fists, his knuckles white.
I don't trust Pukus, and you expect me to unite with them? Mara is a serpent, twisting her lies to whatever benefits her most.
The tent's entrance flapped open, revealing Queen Mara herself, dressed in flowing emerald robes, her presence as sharp as her words.
Verdun, you may not trust me, but without me, your warriors won't last a week against the Harbinger. My spies have seen its forces, beasts that can't be killed by brute strength alone.
Verdun's glare deepened.
I would rather face those beasts alone than suffer your schemes, Mara.
The companions knew that the survival of these lands depended on their unity.
This isn't just about your lands anymore. The darkness will consume us all if we don't stop fighting amongst ourselves. If we don't stand together, your people will die, your wards will fall, and the Shadow Sovereign will claim everything. Is that what you want?
For a tense moment, the room was silent, the tension between the two rulers palpable. Finally, Tareth, the High Mage of Tidor, spoke, his voice calm and full of wisdom.
Enough. We are all on the same side. We need each other to rekindle the wards and defeat the Harbinger of Dusk. But first we need to set aside this ancient feud.
Just as the leaders were beginning to consider cooperation, a sudden burst of magical energy shook the war camp. The air crackled with dark magic as a swirling portal opened in the sky, and from it emerged twisted creatures of shadow, soldiers of the Harbinger of Dusk. The camp descended into chaos. Warriors scrambled for their weapons as the creatures poured from the portal. They were monstrous, dark, featureless beasts with glowing eyes, their bodies shifting like smoke, making them difficult to hit.
Defend the camp.
Drawing his blade and charging into the fray alongside the warriors of Rogar. Saraswati stood at the edge of the battlefield, her fingers weaving through the air as she played an ethereal melody. Her song resonated with the land itself, the notes sending ripples of calming energy through the storm of battle.
Saraswati stood at the edge of the battlefield, her fingers weaving through the air as she played an ethereal melody. Her song resonated with the land itself, the notes sending calming energy through the storm.
Here is what we need you to do for us, so we can continue to bring you our songs and videos. We know you have heard this a million times, but we need you to click the like button for our videos on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and like every video, not just one.
Easy.